Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kill Pete Strategy. This is PRT Cup. I'm playing 2 games of zombies with some awesome players. We're playing as Jax, Zycron, Destro, and Zombies aficionado himself, XC Dude. I don't see any of the zombies. This is Blackbeard's Wrath, Auto 60, Progressive, Balance Splits, so Zombie Apocalypse Prog, with fog, with unstable portals, no blizzards, no alliances. Am I somewhat colorblind? No, I can see colors normally. It's the mouth that doesn't work, right? It's way. My vision is perfectly normal. The question you're probably asking is, why do I fuck up the colors all the time? It's because it's way harder to talk constantly than you might realize. And also I believe the same area of your brain that processes the information of a risk game is the one associated with language. Which is why a lot of people, when they come on the show, find that they really struggle talking and playing at the same time. What does the zombie mean in this game? Oh, you don't know the zombies? Well, get ready. We don't see any zombies yet, but we will. They're hiding in the fog. Yeah, that's true. You were robbed in the first game, Roberto. Very true. You should have won the first game. No, but in that game, it was actually impossible. In this game, somehow you won, so I don't know how the fuck that worked. Crazy, I don't see any zombie stacks. What's up, Wody? Yeah, I don't understand why Zerky went for that on the first game, right? If he couldn't, like, even if he killed, he wouldn't hold shit. So it was still an auto loss. At least in your case, where you went for it, you did win the game. Completely different scenario. So you were robbed and then unrobbed of your win. Is that a 19 stack? Holy shit! Well, that's a pretty big stack. Well, that was a big zombie stack. If it's a PG stream, how can I say fuck, bitch, cunt, bitch, fucking what? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Words? Do you mean to tell me that words can hurt people's feelings? Oh my goodness. Oh, zombies. Sir Thomas says, sorry, Pete, my feelings are more important than your free speech. It's wild. It's absolutely wild what has happened to the quality of public discourse. Even in my lifetime, I have borne witness to. Hey, we got a Joker. Battlemaster, hey, Pete, I was wondering why you started to study philosophy. Sure. The story kind of goes like this. I've always been interested in almost everything. So I'm a very curious person naturally. I'm pretty good at history, geography, science. Not the greatest at math. I find math to be very dry. I'm good at getting 90% of the way there with math intuitively and immediately. But to get the other 10% takes twice as long. So I've always been interested in philosophy because I like to ask questions and think holistically. I'm on a quest for wisdom, like most philosophers. It's not just about knowledge and it's not just about information. But what do you do with that information? What do you do with that knowledge? Right? That is wisdom. It's at least how I define it. Wisdom is the outcome of effective processing of information. So I end up in philosophy because I had somewhat of an aptitude for it, but also I grew up in an area that was fairly well off. So almost everyone in my high school went to university. It was like 90% of my high school went to post-secondary. So it was just the thing that everyone was doing. But for me, I didn't know what I wanted to do, right? And there's no sense in spending what was tens of thousands of dollars at the time, I'm sure it's even more now, on getting a degree that I'm not going to use. But I just ended up there. And this was actually a very low point in my life. I was miserable first year university. That was one of my some of my darkest days. Notwithstanding, I was also studying philosophy. So I got into it because I'm curious. And then I dropped out of school. I worked for a couple of years. When I got back in to finish my degree, I went back to a different university and they gave me, because I downgraded the quality of my degree. I went from a 4-year BA to a 3-year BA. And they gave me the ability to take a bunch of elective courses. And I ended up taking a bunch more elective philosophy courses. So what's the long story short of that? It's a combination of something I'm interested in and something I'm good at, but I've always been very interested in it. Am I wholesome? I'm definitely not wholesome. No, the way I think about free speech is I can distill the principle, and we can debate and discuss. 13? Really? Do I lose my 6? Okay, it went the other way. I can distill the principle as this: words are not harm. Words can cause harm, and the way we could police words is by policing the harm. Are you a nature or nurture guy? I think there's no debate there. I think it's almost all nature, right? Very little bit is nurture. Okay, so I'm surprised I can't even keep 3 positions alive. We get the biddies from Critical Candor. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. It's interesting. I got into it because your questions made me think, and I like that. Yeah, I like to think. I really do. I don't think there is much of a nature-nurture debate left. It's almost all nature. Right? We can police harm. or we can police speech. Now, speech causes harm, but even in those cases, right, it is the harm, in my mind, that is the crime. The problem simply there is that policing speech is an infinite regress. There is no end point to policing speech. If you police some speech, you have to police all speech, which is impossible. Also, the fact that we happen to, in order to derive meaning, we have to agree. You know, I don't like if you say you can't say that word. It's a slur. It's like, well, I don't agree. It's a slur. So for you to say that A, I can't say a word, and B, the word I might say is a slur, for either of those predicates to be true, we have to agree that they're true. And I don't. Like, this is Wittgenstein, and you undermine the entire understanding of how language and meaning are constructed if we do not accept that words are agreement. Can you give an example of harmful speech? Sure. You should kill that guy. That's harmful speech, right? That causes harm. Go kill that guy is harm, right? But the speech itself isn't the harm. Shine says, I'm a big nurture person, actually, and I love those case studies of separated identical twins who end up marrying similar people and working similar jobs. You'd think that points to nature, but my thought is that those individuals experienced near exact same conditions for the 9 months of gestation, and that is so pivoted, end up doing similar things. Well, I would say that data argues the opposite conclusion. Use Mary Jane? No, I don't like weed. I'm an alcohol guy. I also like psychedelics a lot. So I enjoy expanding my mind that way. Now let's listen to something a little more spicy. Are shrooms legal in Canada? I think so. I think we're really approaching full legality of psychedelics now. What a chill country? I wouldn't say that. I think our country is full of massive nerds. GG, Zerky. Yeah, you're screwed both games. Yeah, I think I fucked up in the second game. I think I had a chance to block Roberto. And I could have deduced that he was going to make an attempt. So I think I threw the second game. Pete, did you notice a 10% increase in your pay from going from 100,000 to 110,000? What do you mean? That question I don't understand. Oh no, subs aren't do not affect how I'm subs on YouTube do not affect my income. Views and watch time affects my income. So the moment the channel was most profitable in terms of income was right as I was getting that that one video having like a viral explosion 2 summers ago. You're saying if I block you, then Tiger goes for me? Yeah, well, Tiger goes for me. Ooh. I wonder. Yeah, I mean, there's a ratio of troops you keep off cap. The other thing, too, Roberto, I could have done that I didn't, and I was thinking about is not taking a card. So not forcing that set in. But that also, then, you're absolutely right. Someone might go for me. What's the point of subs and likes? So subs on YouTube are... subs are for you so that you can see my show. When you go into YouTube, you're telling YouTube, I want to see more of this guy and I want to have access to that channel. Likes tell the YouTube algorithm that you like the video, right? But the thing that tells the YouTube algorithm more than anything else that you like the video is, what do you watch? Are you watching the video? How much time are you watching the whole video, right? How much time are you spending on the video? Is there a big difference in income between Twitch and YouTube? No, they're not even remotely similar. I make almost all of my money off of YouTube. Twitch, I do completely for you guys, right? I don't make very much money off of Twitch. And on top of that, I don't really get very good videos, right? Because I get sniped all the time, or because it distracts me from a tournament game, right? I think Twitch is a net negative to my bottom line, but it is a positive in terms of my ability to connect to you guys, because I love spending time with you guys. It is a positive for my ability to have interesting conversations, and I also find it essential for improving my abilities as a performer. That's what Twitch is for me. And thank you, Shine. Appreciate that a lot. Xenomorph would rather watch Twitch than YouTube video. Yeah, I don't think you're alone. I'm very happy that we have like a vibrant community of people on Twitch, right? You guys mean a lot to me. And maybe I don't explain this and I don't share it enough. Why am I doing this live, right? When I couldn't be just recording offline? Especially because, it makes for shittier videos. Or especially because, sometimes it's really frustrating. Or like, I can't even rank up, right? I can't even get a fair or realistic measurement of my ability in this game anymore because I am so famous, right? I can't. People are actively trying to fuck with me constantly to see if they can beat me, to say they did, to entertain themselves for whatever reason they want to do it, right? And I can't even get a fair game in a tournament. So, yo, what's up? We talking about psychedelics? Yes, Aries. Yes, we are. Am I streaming tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow's Friday. Yes. What's the schedule tomorrow? Probably in the afternoon. Some of the negatives of our celebrity worship culture. No man is an island. I do not exist in a vacuum. I would not be able to do this for a living without you guys, right? So I really, really hope that even when I'm frustrated and even when I'm in a shitty mood, it is very clear that I am not only massively in gratitude to all of you who choose to watch me and enjoy watching me, but at your service. I'm here always in the back of my mind trying to think, how do I make this show for you? How do I make the show you want to watch? I think about you guys all the time, constantly. It is my job to think about you guys. Pete, you should absolutely be kissing our asses. Pucker up, buddy. Well, that's not what I'm doing. I'm expressing gratitude, Aries. Thank you for coming to hang out with us. It gives us a place to congregate with you. Yes. No, I feel the gratitude coming back to me as well. I've gotten far more than I've given in this community. So there's nothing stopping me from continuing to give as much as I possibly can. It's kind of a small miracle I haven't burnt out yet. Wiz says the community helped create has helped so many people out of hard times. See, that's worth more than dollars. By a lot. That's worth more than dollars. But you guys are also super generous with me too. You know, Chad here fucking threw me a bunch of bits earlier. And now he's trying to kill me and feed me to the zombies. You know, that's love. Plank walk point. I think Chad is here. Flintlock. My only question would be, is he in a fourth position? Probably. Oh, you guys don't have to worry. There is a giant machine working to convince you to be afraid, but you don't have to worry. The world will keep spinning. You're going to be just fine. The sun will shine. You have your friends and family. You know? You have your loved ones. That's the only thing that really matters. Roof over your head, some food in your belly, and people you love. How you doing? Mosu, Lika, Bolonamia. Wow, that's a tough one. You're talking about how the algorithm works. I've watched 2 videos Risk, and now my feed is full of videos from you. This was a month ago, and 1 or 2 is doing the trick. Hey, man. If you liked it, why not give me a like? Lol. Do you think people would like to know, do you think you would still play Risk every day if you weren't streaming? And what made you want to stream in the beginning? I'm going to play Risk every day for as long as you guys are going to be watching it, / for as long as I'm going to be able to have it be the thing that makes me money. If it turns out that my videos are not getting any views and I cannot make a living playing Risk every day, then I will stop playing Risk every day and I'll have to figure out how to make a living doing something else, either some other kind of video or whatever. What made me want to stream in the beginning was Drew. Drew told me I should. I had no idea of Twitch. I never thought about Twitch. I didn't grow up with this as a medium, right? I didn't know that this was possible. Do you get much stuff in the P.O. box? Like, what did Xenomorph say in my P.O. box? If I did live openings of fan mail. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't get a lot of stuff up there, but I also don't go very often. Okay, now this game is starting to get real. So Jack Sets gets the 20. I'm going to get the 30. And we see Flintlock. And I don't know who's up there because we saw Chad move here. So Chad is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my read on the blue positions. But also, if I'm on 39, he is on 24. Maybe he has a 5th. Oh, I loved Babylon 5. What would I rate it? High, very high. Babylon 5, great show. One thing people don't realize about Babylon 5 is it was kind of like a prototype for the way television is now, right? The transition between episodic and season-long story arcs, or even show-long story arcs that are more common for television today. Like when I was a kid, television was all episodic, right? Monster of the Week. Thank you, Mo Salikon. Thank you so much. And then Babylon 5, the writer Straczynski, hold on. No, there's a 5th position then. There's a 5th position. Okay. The writer James Straczynski of Babylon 5, he envisioned these season-long and entire series-long story arcs and then set about actually creating them. I love Babylon 5. It was the first show with convincing CGI. I don't know about that. I don't know how convincing the CG holds up these days. Thank you, Papa Burks, with the Prime. No, I don't think we have an Aries question today. Where are your questions, Aries? The CGI holds up pretty well. Okay, fair enough. He's typing it right now. It better not be about the holodeck jizz mopper again, sir. This is a family-friendly show. No, it's not. Man, nobody wants to watch zombies, eh? Bro's writing a novel. Lol. It's not about Crusher's ghost fuck buddy either. Nice. Glad to hear it. When one of the Daily Peep videos is zombie or a competition, I get a little sad. So, okay. Devil's advocate, though. If I were to put nothing but Europe caps, you'd get sick of that too. And then what do I got? So what's left? You're expecting some classical music or something? I don't know why. Love is left. What? What? Hey, J.S. Holmes, thank you for the gifted. Thank you so much. 5 gifted subs. What a homie. Thank you so much, guys. I'm feeling the love. All right, we got to start your question from Aries the Fox. Hey, Pete, you are Sarova, a scientist convinced that warp travel is damaging subspace slowly over time. We've done this one already. You've tried for years to get someone to review your findings, but no one is listening. The damage is increasing. You're considering mining the unstable corridor, the only safe path through the sector to gain attention. You are 100% convinced you are right. Are you justified in your actions? If not, at what point would you be? E.g., damage to subspace is imminent instead of years away. I think we did this one, but I'll happily answer it again. So we get the prime sub from Soin. Thank you so much. Erson? Okay, so the question is an allegory to the folks who sit in the middle of the road protesting fossil fuels, or probably more extreme than that. The folks who would, I don't know, vandalize a fuel refinery. Let's use that example. So this woman is a scientist in the Star Trek universe who is interested in proving that their current means of warp travel is fundamentally damaging their environment in a way that actually in the Star Trek universe, it's in a way that actually prevents warp travel from being possible. So as far as the justification goes, you have to ask yourself the question is, you're going to act as a vigilante. You're going to mine a subspace corridor, which risks harm to people who you are, ostensibly trying to use the moral high ground to protect, which I think is exactly where the ethics of this fall completely flat. We have to agree together. We have to work together to build whatever future we want to build. But the ends do not justify the means in the case of I'm going to cause harm to an individual actor who's also just being, a somewhat rational actor in a system that they did not design or choose, right, to stop the greater harm. Well, the greater harm has to take into account the individuals that exist in that system, right? The environment, in air quotes, does not exist conceptually, right? This is where the allegory to the environmental movement and my personal take on where the ethics overlap falls flat, okay? There is no thing conceptual as the environment. An environment can only be conceptual relative to the people that or the organisms, not just people, but the organisms that exist within that environment. Now, you can ask a very interesting question: do other life forms carry moral weight? I don't know. Maybe yes, maybe no. Perhaps your ethical system only involves human beings, but that would probably fall flat in a universe of many intelligences. They didn't create or choose, but they're ignorantly just following a system. Well, I would actually question that presumption's shine. Is to what extent are different people ignorantly following different systems? And I would say to you, there is probably a variability there. Right? Just because I am not free to choose doesn't mean that I consent. This is Zycron killing me. Nice. Thoughts on this form of restorative justice? What if someone cuts off your arm? When are you entitled to the arm of the person who cut off yours? Never. Or if someone robs you of a certain amount of money, when are you entitled to that same amount of money? Always. If someone robs you, you should be entitled to a minimum of the exact amount taken with interest. And you could also charge them for the whatever pain and suffering and the effort to recoup. Ari says, does your answer change if the harm to subspace is not merely something you're convinced of, but it's something that everyone is convinced of? Well, if everyone is convinced that it is a fact, then the answer is to deal with it on a systems level. It's a very interesting conversation. Did you see the SMG announcements for Secret Mission? Yeah, I did. It seems weird when there's so many issues with the game. Yeah, oh yeah. Most of their decision making seems weird to us. Those who play the game. All right, I will be right back.